a former director of the Musée du Louvre in Paris, once described the cloisters of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City as the crowning achievement of American museology. I am pleased to inform you that a priceless 12th century treasure of equal grandeur is making its home in California. The chapter house of Santa Maria de Ovila, originally constructed in Guadalajara, Spain, is being rebuilt at the Abbey of New Clairvaux. This Cistercian Trappist monastery is located on 580 historic acres in the fertile Sacramento Valley. Historically, the property once belonged to the naturalist explorer Peter Lasson. Later, it became part of Leland Stanford's Great Vina Ranch, which in the late 1800s was considered the largest winery in the world. Today, the Vina property serves as home to the only community of Cistercian Trappist monks in California. People of all backgrounds come to Vina to experience solitude and peace. Nearly 1,000 years ago, the first Cistercian monks were keenly aware that their monastic values could not simply be interior concepts. Thus, they soon developed an architectural style that became an expression of their inner life. Rather than focus on stained glass, statues, pictures, or intricate designs to adorn buildings, Cistercian architecture makes use of natural light, open space, architectural harmony, simplicity of design, and geometrical proportion to create works of beauty that elicit awe and wonder. For many, such architecture provides a glimpse into the mystery of God and His divine indwelling with humanity. William Randolph Hearst was well acquainted with the beauty of this architecture. In the early 1930s, he purchased the lovely 12th century chapter house of the historic monastery of Santa Maria de Ovila. This beautiful Cistercian monastery had languished empty in Guadalajara, Spain, for nearly 100 years. Having paid $85,000 for this rare building, Hearst then paid close to $1 million to have the stones dismantled and shipped to San Francisco. Ultimately, the stones were meant to adorn his villa estate in Wentun near Mount Shasta, California. During the Depression, Hearst's plans changed. He decided to donate the stones to the city of San Francisco, with the understanding that the chapter house would be reconstructed as a medieval museum in Golden Gate Park. This museum, which was intended to rival the Cloisters in New York City, never materialized, and the stones sat in Golden Gate Park for decades. In 1955, Father Thomas Davis, while en route to the new monastery in Vina, decided to take a detour to see the tragedy of Hearst's abandoned monastery. With the idealism and conviction natural to a 21-year-old monk, Father Thomas began to dream of one day rebuilding the chapter house of Santa Maria de Ovila on Cistercian soil. After becoming abbot of the monastery in 1972, Father Thomas pursued his desire for the chapter house more vigorously. That pursuit would take another 22 years. It was not until 1994 that the Fine Arts Museums of San Francisco awarded the stones of the priceless chapter house to the Abbey of New Clairvaux. 20 trailers made their way from Golden Gate Park to the monastery in Vina and soon a team of historians, architects, and scholars came together to begin a plan of reconstruction that would adhere to the highest standards of authenticity. After raising $3 million from private donors and completing extensive preparatory work, the monks broke ground in 2003. In 2005, the first phase was completed, building the outer shell of the chapter house. Today, the monks are in the midst of the second phase, in which the chapter house will be completed and open to the public. This phase includes building an atrium to fully enclose the chapter house's magnificent Gothic portal, a rare Cistercian and architectural masterpiece found nowhere else in the United States. In fact, nowhere else in North or South America. The remainder of Phase 2 includes finishing the chapter house interior, constructing walkways, an entrance building, an outdoor plaza, and a parking area. When the chapter house is complete, this medieval treasure in Northern California will be the only example of Gothic Cistercian architecture in the United States. It will be open to the public every day, free of charge. Thomas Merton, one of the most famous spiritual writers of the 20th century, and Father Thomas's teacher as a young man, once said that the biggest human temptation is to settle for too little. We take these words to heart and believe that this historic piece of sacred architecture will one day stand in all its beauty, serving the same purpose it served almost 1,000 years ago. I invite you today to become part of this unique project and help us rebuild a slice of European, Californian, and Cistercian history.